Many of you have amazing physiques, far better than you even realize. And in this video, I'm going to prove that exactly using facts and logic. So the first thing I want to bring to your attention is that the fitness industry is oversaturated. And those who make it to the top, well, there's about three groups really. One, the best of the best, top 1%. Two, genetic elites or people who are taking a bunch of drugs. Or three, those who are very, very knowledgeable. Out of this group, I would say the first two people make up the majority. Now that said, when you have a global audience online, basically you're competing against the world, who do you think is running the show? Who do you think has the most followers? Who do you think gets the most views, the most likes, all these things? Outliers. By definition, it has to be outliers. It's not going to be some guy who's benching 135. No, it's going to be someone who is typically exceptional in part of the three groups that I mentioned before. Once you understand that the top dogs are outliers, it gives you a much more realistic perspective as to where you really stand. Let's establish something, man. These big bench presses that you see, these crazy muscle measurements, that's usually top 1% strength. And top 1% strength is very different from top 5% strength and even top 2% strength. Massive difference between the two. Here's what I'm talking about. If you surpass the novice phase, so you're an early or late intermediate lifter, I would say you're top 5% easy. You will have a better physique than 95% of people walking down the street. If you take a bunch of random guys, 1,000 dudes, you strip them down naked, you have a physique comparison, have a bodybuilder assess it, you'll likely have the best physique in most cases. And this is very realistic what I'm telling you here, man. Once you pass the novice phase, around 70% of your muscle gains are made. And you will have a great looking physique. If you're low enough in the body fat percentage, you're going to be aesthetic. And if you're in a higher body fat percentage, you're going to have that bear mode look. I don't think people understand that you gain a lot of your muscle in your first 1-2 years of lifting. And that is a good looking physique. And it is a pretty strong physique as well. It's not bad, guys. When you put things into a realistic perspective, that 95% of guys can't lift these numbers, it's like, whoa, you're really not that bad. The problem is that you keep comparing yourself to the best of the best. And a lot of guys who suffer from this form of body dysmorphia are those who are even stronger than the intermediate stage. I'm talking about advanced lifters here, man. People who are benching 3 plates. They think that their bench is not that good anymore because 405 is the new 315, right? Not understanding that very few people reach a 405 bench. Very few naturals will hit that in their lifetime. Most won't. And in truth, those who have these really strong benches in the high 4s, high 5s, bro, those are Reuters, man. And unless you're on the same stuff or have the same genetics, you're not going to be on that level. That's why we need to be realistic about strength standards. I've made plenty of videos discussing this, and I think that a 3-plate bench, 4-plate squat, 5-plate dead is very realistic. I would even say the standards could be higher. 3.5 bench, 5-plate squat, 6-plate dead. I think a lot of naturals can hit this. Now, you might not think that it's the most impressive thing, but in truth, it's actually really good. Like, this is top 2% strength for the most part, man. Even myself, I bench 365 at 164. If you put me against the best powerlifters in the world, I'm nothing. But if we look at my strength just objectively, okay, over a double body weight bench, it's top 2%. It's enough to produce, it's enough to be very competitive. Well, then you realize that it's actually a really good number. And I'm not saying this to talk about me, by the way. I'm just using this as an example to prove that when you compare yourself to the best, this is what gives you the body dysmorphia. This is why you feel low of yourself. Let me explain something to you, right? If you're walking down the street and you're past novice phase and you're wearing clothes or even shirtless, you go to a pool, you're going to look great. And people, yeah, they're admiring that physique, bro. They're looking at it. They're like, damn, I wish I could look like that. A lot of people consider you the goal physique. I'm telling you, bro. And then some of you guys, man, you tag me on Instagram. I click on your posts and you're like, oh, I wish I could be bigger. I wish I could be more muscular. I wish I could be more like Alex. And I look at your physique and it's like, bro, you're not that far off. You look very similar to me. If you were to stand right next to me, there wouldn't be a huge difference. Some of you guys are delusional in the way that you think you have bad physiques, but you actually have great looking physiques. You're aesthetic, you're decently strong. Like, bro, when you understand the fact that you're better than 95% of guys out there, that you have really good physiques, it's like the body dysmorphia crashes down tremendously. This is why I'm always saying you need to stop worrying about other men and comparing yourself to other men. I know that's hard to understand because as human beings, we are competitive creatures. I get it. I do. And when you see all these genetic freaks, you see all these big numbers, you see all these huge muscles, it's easy to lose sight of yourself. I'm victim to this as well, man. My arms are a tad over 16 inches, and I think that they're small looking. But how many guys actually have 16-inch arms at this body weight, at this height? I mean, I look at guys with 17 and 18, it's like, fuck, I'm small. But when I look at things objectively, it's like, it's not that bad. Okay, they could be bigger. They're my worst body part, 100%, guaranteed. But it's not that bad. Like, let's be realistic here. And that's what it comes down to, man. Getting rid of those stupid emotions and being logical. Looking at the greater picture of things. Down below, I'm going to post an article by Steve Shaw. Great guy, great channel, lots of lifting experience. You have to check out his work, right? He wrote an article years ago on the Muscle and Strength website where he talks about the strength standards. Pro strength, elite strength, advanced strength, all that. I want you to look at your body weight and the numbers lifted. And look where you stand. You'll see that a lot of you guys are like very high up there. Like your numbers are really good. For real. It's easy to be hard on yourself when you're in the YouTube fitness community. Bro, I get it. I get it. You're not shredded enough. You're not muscular enough. You're not strong enough. But hey, are you strong, period? Are you muscular, period? Are you lean, period? If you're 12% body fat, that's pretty lean. Yeah, you could be a little bit leaner, but that's good. Just because some Instagram model is 8% body fat and possibly taking drugs as well doesn't mean that you're fat. If you're lean, you're lean. If you're benching 3 plates and then your friend's doing 4 or 5, doesn't make you weak. It just means that he's stronger by comparison. But it doesn't make you weak. That's the problem. You have decent numbers, very decent numbers, man. A 3-plate bench is something to be proud of. But then you look at someone who's doing a lot more than you, it's like, oh, I'm weak. No, you're not fucking weak. Stop that. Please stop that. Please. Always try to become the best version of yourself. Seek to improve yourself every single day. But stop worrying so much about other men. You need to conquer this, especially the younger guys. You have to stop worrying so much about what other dudes are doing. Because you're not them. You do you better than anybody else, and that's what the fuck you gotta focus on, man. Your own strength, your own muscular goals, and enjoy the process. Let your body form as time passes by. Be consistent and get your own best physique. And realize too that in the grand scheme of things, you look better than most people. You perform better than most people. And average people, when they look at you, they think, oh God, this guy's jacked. This guy's strong, okay? It's the truth. I'm telling you it's the truth. Just look at how people perceive some athletes, like some lightweight MMA fighters. Many would say, whoa, these dudes are jacked out of their minds. But in the bodybuilding community, that would be considered small. You see the difference here? Or what about football/soccer players? I hear people, man, they're like, whoa, that soccer player is so muscular. But it's like, if you train for 1 to 2 years in the gym, you would look bigger than that soccer player. It's the truth. It really, really is. You won't have his performance, but you will have the aesthetics. So that's where I'm getting at here. Once you get rid of these emotions, once you actually assess your physique and your strength from a logical perspective, in the grand scheme of things, from a percentage perspective, once you understand that you're already top 5%, it's like, whoa, you should be proud of yourself, damn proud of yourself. So, although I understand that body dysmorphia is a real thing, I suffer from it. Trust me, I'm not perfect. I have several character flaws. I hope that nonetheless this video helped you out. And if there's one thing that I would advise you to do, like my number one message, is to stop worrying about what other men are doing and stop comparing yourself to these dudes. Once you really, and I mean truly, bring it back to yourself, your own goals, like really, 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 your own freaking goals, and you look at yourself objectively, you're going to be much happier, all right? So realize that there's always someone better than you. It's just the way it is. We ain't special. So be the best version of you. And with that said, I hope that this video helps out those with body dysmorphia. If you want more subjects like this, let me know, and I'll talk to you next time.